Hi guys, so today you find me at Lake Windermere, the biggest lake in the Lake District. So I'm going to do the Windermere Way. It's supposedly somewhere between 41 and 45 miles. So got all my gear, hope to do it, I'd love to do it in 2 days. That would be pushing it a bit, so it may end up in like 2 and a bit. It's currently 4 degrees. So I need to do less talking and of course, let's get walking. And as you can imagine, it's pretty early in the morning, about 7 o'clock, my usual start. And from Bowness we're heading towards Newby Bridge. Initially we're just going to be running alongside the lake so we can see all the boats and of course other friends as well. So we've just come out of the marina here and we get to this here, Cockshott Point. So this area of land here, Beatrix Potter actually helped to buy this for the National Trust by selling 50 of her paintings to fans in America, which helped raise the money to buy Cockshott Point. So yeah, we're following this round here and then I think we eventually start heading out over into the hills. Now that might look like just the other side of the lake, but in actual fact the shoreline that you see there is Belle Island. And it's quite a long kind of shaped island. It almost reflects the shape of Lake Windermere itself. And the building you can see opposite was actually built in 1774. And yeah, like I say, it is private property, so I don't know what it looks like. This is probably about the closest you can get to it. So we're now looking down the south, towards the south end of the lake, and just coming into view is the ferry that connects the west and east side. So there's some graffiti you don't mind seeing. A quote by Alfred Wainwright. We've just come up a place called Brant Fell. And yeah, this gives us quite a nice panoramic view of Windermere now. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people come to Windermere Lake, but they don't necessarily get to see it from on high. And this is very close to actually Windermere. So remember, if you want to get to a place to overlook it, Brant Fell, and you won't find anybody here. Well, I'm glad I decided to come this way. I found some of my favourite cattle. Yeah, these look fairly young, and this one's obviously more concerned about eating grass than worrying about what I'm doing. Yeah, the country lanes that it sends you on are actually nice within themselves. So there we have one of the rare Victoria's Reign post office box. So this is a place called Podnet Tarn. Doesn't sound very Cumbrian to me, but nonetheless very beautiful in a kind of remote place, and not surprisingly I've seen no one here. And this is what I love about exploring all these different walks. You just go places that you wouldn't necessarily have thought of. So I've just come down that road. Again, another remote road. And now we're heading into the fells this way. We're going up here to Gomer's How. Of course, first I must get down this ladder stile. And we can see Lake Windermere again. So we'll just go over to the trig point as well now. Which obviously, if there's a trig point, you have to go. If you need a car park, there is one here, and you just walk through the woods that way. But meanwhile, I'm kind of going this way. Newby Bridge a mile. That's what I want to see. So this is the bus stop at Newby Bridge. How fantastic is that? Just in case you want to take the easy way home, you can always get here and grab a steamer to Bowness, or of course you can go and have a look at the aquarium. Right, stick to the road it is then, until I can get to the edge of the lake. So I found a path alongside the road, which is obviously good news from a safety point of view, but it has been quite challenging because I don't think they've been particularly well used, and especially over the last 2 years with COVID and what have you. And it's looking like I'm going back on the road now anyhow. Oh, that's a shame. Oh no, can I keep going? I think I can. So guys, that was a bit soul destroying. I had to walk along the road. If you look on the map, it's from Newby Bridge to the YMCA North Camp. And then just after that you can get a footpath that takes you into the woods. And this will take me down to the side of the lake, and it's actually then quite pleasant. So yeah, walking along the road was a bit of a slog and soul destroying. But now I feel perked up again because I'm in nature and enjoying the walk and the sunshine, of course. Right, I'll see you when we get to the lakes. Now I'm on a path alongside the, nearly said canal then, alongside the lake, and it is a bit, what can I say, a narrow path in places. Obviously, in fact, I'm coming across this quite a bit today, storm damage, and then having to find a way round or under or what have you. Oh, nearly lost my hat. Oh. You can see we're quite close to the shore, and just a word of warning, if ever you do this and there's been a lot of rainfall, I have actually been here along this, or tried to go along this path one October, and I was quite committed because I got quite far along before then came into floodwater, and there's places where it was up to my chest. Quite exciting to say the least. I live to tell the tale, obviously. Keep looking at the map and thinking I'm not making much headway, but I think the reason being is that I keep obviously stopping and taking video, just admiring the countryside and things like these lovely houses. How fantastic is that? I think it's a 1790 or 1720. Ain't that old? 70 years don't matter. So that's where I've just come from, Rawlinson Nab beach access area. Yeah, I think there is a few little beaches. So don't miss this, even if you're going to the ferry, it's worth a slight detour. And it's just up there. It's a Victorian viewing station. Okay, I think I need to be on my way. I want to go up rather than down. Now this path is incredibly steep. Good as any mountain. Oh. It's the wrong end of the day to be doing this, but looking on my map, probably going to be the best place to wild camp when I get to the top, but it's just going to take some getting to the top. I was looking before, I've definitely done over 3,000 feet of climb today, and we're actually close to 25 miles. So yeah, no walk in the park by any means. Oh my giddy. I have been up here once before. I think once was enough. Why am I doing this again? Well, at least I've cut that out of the way. Wow, it's steep. So this morning we started just over there where you can see some lights. I'll just try to get a little zoom in a bit. I'm not sure how well we can see them. Yeah, slightly better. So yeah, I'm camping exactly opposite from where I virtually started. That is Bowness over there. So I'm well out of sight, just to be near this wall. Partly, well, in fact the main thing was when I was cooking, I was well protected, so there was the no wind on the gas stove, which obviously always helps. Total mileage today is 26 miles and 3,700 feet of climb. Now, the only thing is with the 26 miles, you would hope that might be more than halfway, but I think the road routes are probably longer in distance. Might be easier in terms of when you're travelling uphill and things like that. But yeah, roads tend to go the long way round. You don't really gain that much. But I do feel we are halfway because, like I say, I am opposite from where we started, and that's roughly halfway down the lake. Right, on that note, I'm going to grab some shut-eye. See you in the morning, folks. Leave no trace. And the sun's beginning to rise. It's 6:15 in the morning. And I love these starts. I need to be going over there. As always, uphill to wake you up in the morning. So I talked about Ambleside being our target this morning, or I think I'd get there, well, I hope to get there around about lunchtime or so before. But there are kind of interim targets, so trying to get to Ray, which actually has a castle. I'm not sure I'll visit the castle, but we'll see it in the distance. Then a place called Skelwith Bridge, which has a major river that's kind of running towards Lake Windermere. And then Loughrick Tarn, beautiful tarn, very accessible, easy to get to. And then eventually I'll be hitting Ambleside. Head over the tops to get to Windermere itself and the station home. So that's the kind of plan for the day. I'll see you later. When I've got time, there are some great views of the lake. Yeah, just remembering to stand still a moment. So guys, just took a tumble. Yeah, this one tree, I got round it and then it's almost like the last branch reached out and tripped me up. What was worse about it was the fact that, actually I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but anyhow, it landed me in the mud. So it was a soft landing, but my hands are completely filthy, so I need to try and find a stream to wash them. And my trousers look quite a bit of a state. I'm hoping they dry out before I have to get on the train, so I look partially respectable. But the other thing was that banged my knee. I can feel the blood dripping down as I walk. Oh, actually, I found a stream. That's very convenient. Looks not particularly deep, but enough to wash my hands. Just excuse me a moment. I mean, we're going to meet the shoreline path in a bit. I'll kind of show you where it is and everything. But maybe for another year or two, I would stick to that, unless you probably need to go up if you're going to wild camp. But depending on the schedule with time, at this particular part, you might be better sticking to the lake shore. So yeah, that's just where I've come down from, and this is the shoreline path road that we've met. That's really good. Like I say, I probably would only go up to the top if I was looking for a place for wild camping now, knowing what I know with all the storm damage. But yeah, so we're heading in a northerly direction. So this way we go. And hopefully I can cover a bit more ground now, because that was very hard work. This is so pleasant walking along here. You can just about hear the lapping of the water. I love all these old boat houses that you see around Windermere. So, just across the other side of the water, I can see one of the turrets of Ray Castle. And Ray Castle isn't a real castle, it's a mock castle. So there's the entrance to Ray Castle. And I think this gatehouse is actually a good representation of what the castle actually looks like. So I have been to the castle before, and Joey's Caff, I can recommend. Right, you need to be over in that direction. There you go, that might save you wild camping, if that's not your thing. And this is worth knowing. The only problem with where we're going, it can be a bit steep, but it's worth the effort. There we go, our first glimpse of the town. So peaceful and quiet. Okay, this is what we're looking for. So you can see, wonderful town, and there's a family over there having a picnic and a swim or paddle. And yeah, we just cut across to this gate over here. There's like a high path that goes all the way around, but that is quite a bit longer. And it's quite interesting. I see a lot of people going around that way, but very few people take this kind of like cut through. But the cut through is a lot more pleasant. Believe it or not, that sign says Ambleside this way. Yeah, we're heading towards Ambleside. I'm going to be going through that gate over there in a moment or two. But I'm just taking a bit of a breather. So as I was saying, we're heading down to Ambleside, and I think we kind of go on the fells a little bit before we then start heading down to Windermere station. And there's a couple of places we'll go through, and I'll talk about those later. And in fact, I won't actually film Ambleside because there's many films regarding Ambleside. Right, that's enough talking for sure. I will amble to Ambleside. Well, there's no fear of me doing that today. Gilly scrambling indeed. So you can see there's a lot to explore. You can even have a picnic at the top there. However, our route takes us kind of back on ourselves a little bit, because we need to be heading over the hills to Windermere. So there's Ambleside down there. We're on one swell. And pretty steep it is too. Essentially, we're going up here. Just going low. Yep, that's where I'm trying to get to. And then we cut over to Troutbeck. It's just getting up's the problem. Right, onward. In a minute now. Really enjoyed these 2 days. Been hard going, but very enjoyable. My suggestion would be, if you're going to do this, maybe a long weekend. I think that would be good. So without further ado, I am going to carry on, but just a reminder, if you've enjoyed this or had some benefit, please subscribe, share with like-minded people, and of course, don't forget, thumbs up for the ducks. That's interesting. A metal seat made to look like a wooden seat. Well, this is basically saying that Orris Head was given to the public of Windermere in 1902. And it says that Orris Head to the use of the public forever. And look at our friend there. Thanks for your company, and I'll see you on the trails.